This would be a quick introduction to the Goblin Merchant. This is a neutral building you'll find on every map. It has plenty of useful items that you should be comfortable with. It can be pretty overwhelming. As you can see, there's all these different items. It can be kind of hard to read all of them when you're in the game. So this video is intended for you to learn about all the different items. And, let's get started. First item is the Boots of Speed. For 250 gold, you can increase the movement speed of your hero. As you can see, the Pit Lord is coming. You attack our Archmage. The Pit Lord and the Archmage have very similar movement speed. If there's only some way we can guarantee the safety of our Archmage and make sure that we, increase the distance between him and the Pit Lord, well, that's what the Boots of Speed solves. So let's go and purchase that real quick.
Whatever.
Now our Archmage is quite faster than the Pit Lord, and we've guaranteed the safety of our hero. As you can see, the distance between the Archmage and the Pit Lord is gradually increasing, and he's simply just wasting his time chasing. So yeah, that's what the Boots of Speed is pretty good for. Next item is the Periapt of Vitality. Yes, it's pronounced Periapt, in case you didn't know that. 350 gold increases the hit points of the hero worn by 150.
You require my
assistance? As you can see, I have 650 health now. I drop it, 500 health.
Fine.
It's kind of overpriced for the value you get. Also takes up an item slot.
Well,
this is not really an item you're going to be focusing too much on when you work with the Goblin Merchant.
Can I help you?
But it's an option. You know what it does now. So, good for you. The next item is the Circle of Nobility. This item is a bit more useful. It increases the strength, agility, and intelligence of the hero by 2.
You require my
pretty
assistance?
Solid buff, I might say. There's some strategies out there where you want to get like a stacked hero. You want to go around to all the different shops, buy a bunch of circlets, and then you kind of have like a pretty buff hero in the early game. But not typically something you're going to get on the regular.
Hello.
Next item is the Dust of Appearance. Very useful item, especially in specific matchups. 75 gold reveals enemy invisible units in an area around the hero. 2 charges.
What is it now? And
the reveal lasts 20 seconds. This is very useful against Night Elf, who have plenty of units that love to go invisible. It's useful against Orc, who have a Blade Master, and really anything that, if you're going to be fighting anything that goes invisible, Dust of Appearance works well. Undead also has some invisible units. The Crypt Fiends can burrow. That counts as an invisibility. If you are struggling versus this mechanic, you can buy Dust of Appearance, 75 gold. Very, very great investment. Let me show you an example of it being a great investment right now. Here's a quick example of the usefulness of Dust of Appearance. As you can see, the Blade Master has a skill that lets him go invisible. But thankfully I bought some Dust of Appearance. I preemptively used the Dust of Appearance to give him the detected debuff, which means that we can see him when he's invisible. And even though he's invisible, we are able to attack him. He won't be able to get away because he used the Potion of Invulnerability, which is another item you'll see from the Goblin Merchant. The next item, Scroll of Protection, 150 gold. It's an armor buff. Gives you 2 armor to every single unit around.
You require my
Consumable
assistance?
Means that when you use it, it disappears. So let's look at the armor values before using this to see the difference it makes. So we have 18% damage reduction on the Archmage here.
Orders.
And we got 11% damage reduction here. This is only for physical damage.
For Lordaeron!
Only those attacks, not magic.
Get on with it.
So let's give it the buff. Archmage goes up to 25%.
Yes, my
and
liege.
the Footman goes up to 19%. So around 7 to 8% damage reduction for your entire army for how
Take
much
your
was
time.
30
Look
seconds. And it's a pretty cheap item for a pretty minuscule buff. However, it can give you the edge for that battle. Every little bit counts. So if you really, really need to win the next battle, consider buying a Scroll of Protection. It might give you the edge you need to win it. As a quick aside, Scrolls of Protection do not stack.
What do you need?
2 armor.
What is it now? Say the word.
2 armor. It merely refreshes the duration. So don't think you can, cheat by getting 4 armor.
Can I help you?
Next item up is the Potion of Invisibility. For 100 gold, you can make your hero invisible for 2 minutes. An invisible hero cannot be targeted unless they are detected. If the hero attacks, uses an ability, or casts a spell, the invisibility effect is lost. You can see that in action. As you can see, we're invisible now. You cast a spell, no longer invisible. What would you use this for? It's a good defensive option if you have the invisibility and you use it, and the enemy can't attack you anymore. You can also use it to attack the enemy base by sneaking in with your hero, causing some damage, getting out. It's just, whatever you think you can use invisibility for, that's what you can use invisibility for. So next time you're at the Goblin Merchant, give it a shot. It's only 100 gold. See what you can do with it. Alright, so the next item, Scroll of Town Portal. For 350 gold, you can teleport your hero and all the units around it back to your town hall. Now, this is very good as a defensive situation. If your town hall is being attacked, we can teleport there. If we're, in a really scary situation like this level 2 pit lord killing all of our footmen, we can buy a Scroll of Town Portal. We can choose where we want to teleport. So if I want to teleport to say here, we can go there, and all of our units will teleport to that location.
You require my assistance.
Now we're safe from the pit lord.
Get on with it.
You can also buy the Scroll of Town Portal from your racial shop. As you can see in the Arcane Vault, there's a Scroll of Town Portal here. You can also teleport to allied town halls. You can teleport to expansions. It's a very useful item. You always want to make sure you have this because it can really save you from a lost situation. Staff of Teleportation, 150 gold. Whenever you use it, it teleports the hero, only the hero, to a targeted allied land unit or structure. If you wanted to have your hero to have a little bit more mobility, say you're going back and forth between your base or you're harassing the enemy base with your hero and you don't really want to use the Scroll of Town Portal because it costs so much, this is a very excellent alternative. As a note, it does not make you invulnerable when you teleport.
Say the word.
For example, the footman is attacking the Archmage. I want to teleport to, say, this peasant here. It does not make you invulnerable like the Scroll of Town Portal does. So please be sure to keep that in mind when you're using the item. However, it's a very flexible item for 150 gold. It's a great investment if you're going to have your hero going all over the place. Increases your mobility by quite a bit. Tome of Retraining, 300 gold. This resets all of your hero's skill points so you can reallocate them in a different way. So for example, we have one level in Blizzard, one level in Water Elemental, and the other one in Brilliance Aura. As a level 3 hero, we use it, all of our skill points become readily retrainable. So for example, maybe I want to get 2 levels of Water Elemental and Brilliance Aura. Now I can do that.
Can I help you? Well,
thanks to the Tome of Retraining. Kind of a hefty investment, so keep that in mind. These final 2 items are possibly the most important and useful out of the Goblin Merchant. The next one here is the Scroll of Healing. For 250 gold, you can heal 150 hit points to every unit around the hero when you use it. This is very, very good to heal AoE damage when you're in a long, protracted fight. Having Scrolls of Healing can really tip the odds in your favor. If you manage to heal 10 units, that's 1,500 hit points. That's quite a bit. Very good investment.
Another
round. A good strategy to do is to have one on each hero because the Scroll of Healing has a cooldown when you use it.
What is it now?
As you can see here, our footmen are very hurt, and of course the Pit Lord is here to cause some problems again. So as you can see, the footmen are taking a lot of damage here, but with Scrolls of Healing, we can make sure our guys are topped off. Very, very high impact item. It is kind of expensive with 250 gold, but very well worth the investment. An army with Scrolls of Healing will certainly beat one without any day of the week. The last, but certainly the most useful item is the Potion of Invulnerability. For 150 gold, you can make your hero invulnerable for 7 seconds. As you can see here, the Pit Lord is being a jackass once again.
Our forces are under attack.
You buy a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, he no longer can attack us. This is very good for heroes who are vulnerable to being bursted down. It's useful if your hero is surrounded to buy some time. Maybe you can turn it around. It pretty much will save your hero in almost any situation. So it's a very good purchase for 150 gold. Great investment. As a quick mention, some maps have a marketplace. This is a special neutral building. It randomly generates these items. Like these could be any items. Like it's not just these ones. These are items you typically find from creep camps. So if you ever see a marketplace, you can stop by and see if there's anything valuable that's worth buying. Typically, if you have like a really strong attacking hero, you can buy some gloves of haste or some claws of attack. If you see something like valuable here, like say a potion of greater healing, if you have 400 like gold to blow, I mean this is a pretty good buy. Same thing with the potion of invulnerability. These won't always be in the marketplace. Like I said, these are randomly generated. So yeah, that's just a quick little glance at like what a marketplace does. So if you ever see it, that's what it does. The items are randomly generated. So that concludes the video. I hope you are now all masters of what the Goblin Merchant has to offer. It has some really good items, particularly the Scrolls of Healing and the Potion of Invulnerability. Also the Dust of Appearance, but I'm sure you already know that because you've made it this far in the video. In the future, I'll be making more introductory videos on different mechanics and stuff about Warcraft 3. I figure I would do these because there's not that much content out there for introductory players. Yeah. So if you're interested in this stuff, I'll be making more. So thanks for watching.